I'm Tammy DeMoss. This is my husband, Tony DeMoss, and we're with Barnyard Blooms. So I grew up here, was born and raised just across the field from our house. Lived here and then moved to the big city of Indianapolis for college and for a job. And that's where I met my husband, Tony. Then we lived there and had our first child, and we didn't want to raise our child there, so we moved back here 24 years ago. So we've lived here 24 years. He is a full-time rural mail carrier in Perrysville. So about 6 years ago, our second daughter, Rebecca, she decided to grow dahlias, and we thought maybe we would do a dahlia farm because it was pretty fun growing dahlias and they were pretty, very beautiful. So we fell in love with dahlias. 3 years ago though, we took a master gardener class together, Tony and I and Rebecca, and decided that kind of opened our eyes and broadened our love of multiple flowers. So that's kind of where our cut flower business dream kind of grew out of that class and the love of flowers.
So it seems to be something that's really catching on. Seems like it's something people really want to do, and we wanted it to be a U-pick, so that way people could have the experience of walking through the rows of flowers, finding their treasures, of whatever flowers they thought were pretty. And then and so what we basically do is we give everybody a bucket of water and clippers and just send them out to the flower field, and they really enjoy it. And a lot of parents are bringing their kids, a lot of moms bringing their daughters, and they'll be here for 2-3 hours just having a blast and filling their bucket full of flowers. And then when they're done, they bring them up to us, and they can either arrange them themselves if they want. We have vases that we sell really cheap, and or they can have my wife, my mom, she works with us, a good friend Sherry works with us, and they do an excellent job of arranging flowers.
So we try, it's more about the experience than just selling a bouquet of flowers. That was kind of our goal, was to share our love and the joy that flowers brings to us with other people. And it's just really interesting to see them walk down the rows and they pick just a certain flower out of that row or that bunch, and then they get to take it home.
We started here with 2 acres. We got 2 acres of flowers, and we started all those in the greenhouse, which we have on the property here. We start those in the mid-February, so everything
from seed.
We do from seed, and then towards beginning of May, usually May 1st to May 15th is a good time. You start putting them in the ground, and so we started here this year with 40 rows of flowers. The rows are about 100 feet long, and there's between 500 and 1,000 plants per row. So if you do the math, there's probably around 30,000 plants that we planted from by hand. There's no other way of doing it, and so that was challenging, but it was a lot of fun and kind of became a family affair. Everybody come over and help us plant flowers, and so that worked out really well. We've learned a lot our first year.
And we've had more business than what we thought we would.
Yeah.
The first year has been quite a hit with people, so we're pretty excited to look forward to next year and what it'll bring. Additional flowers, more flowers, spaced out differently as well. Some of our plants are winding down now, so we're going to plan for that next year. To have them last longer. We also have dried flowers. We've started drying some flowers. That's been a bigger hit than what we expected. We've been quite a hit with the baby showers and wedding receptions. People are enjoying picking their own flowers for those events. So we've got brides coming out, scoping us out for next year as well. So we know we're going to be a hit with those type of events as well.
We even have a wedding coming up in a couple of weeks that a lady, she came here to look to see what flowers we had, and then she saw the dry flowers, and she ended up scrapping whatever ideas she had for fresh flowers, and she's doing her whole wedding and nothing but our dry flowers. Actually kind of sold us out in one day with dry flowers, so then we're hurrying up and picking and drying more in our barn over there. So another one that people really enjoy are these here. It's this is a small one. They get really big, but it's a dreadlock amaranth called Love Lies Bleeding. And as I said, this is a small one. We have some that can be several feet long, the dreadlocks, and those are real pretty in a vase. They drape over the sides, so people could put a vase on a fireplace mantle, and this could actually drape over the mantle. A really neat effect.
We have so many people that have come out that we don't know. We have people from all over. We have people come from Tennessee and of course Champaign, Indianapolis, Chicago, Ohio area. It's been amazing how far that our small little business has reached. It was interesting, some of our fun stories, probably our top few fun stories, was we had a little girl in 4-H, and it was her first year of floristry, and she chose us to come and pick some flowers and try to submit for her project. And we helped her pick those out, and she got a blue ribbon and got Reserve Grand Champion and got to go to the state fair. So they came back multiple times, enjoying flowers and picking and having her try new arrangements and stuff. So that was pretty fun. Sometimes there's a contest on who has the longest one.
Yeah, and then one of my personal favorites, which doesn't seem like much in and of itself, is this. It's called Status, and we have Status in white and yellow and peach and purple. And as I said, just by itself, it's not that impressive. It's usually used as a filler flower, kind of like a baby's breath. But if you put a bunch of these together, say 20 stems or so together, it actually makes a big, beautiful bouquet, especially when you mix the colors. And then what's really nice about this, not only can it be used as just a filler or a bouquet in of itself, you can actually dry these real easily. Just rubber band your bouquet, hang it upside down, let it dry out. And the nice thing about the Status is it does not lose its color when it's dry, and it will literally last for years.
We have a gal named Wendy, and she was a regular all summer long. She would come, it was sometimes every week, and then sometimes it was 10 days. But she was pretty consistent, and she would pick a lot of flowers. She would go home with sometimes 6 or 8 arrangements. And so we finally, said, what are you doing with these? So she would keep one for herself, and then she would give the rest away. And then we found out she's actually a physical therapist at the VA. And one time she actually brought a couple of her patients or friends, I'm not quite sure, or maybe they're both. And one of them was in a wheelchair, and she drug that wheelchair through every row out here on 2 acres between the flowers so that person could pick their own bouquet and have that experience.
We're looking into also just growing our own mums, and there's a lot to growing mums. So we're looking at doing that next year.
We're always learning something.
Always learning. Something that's real interesting, and we put this on our wish list too. It may happen next year, it may not, but all summer long people would be asking, hey, where's your honey? Where's your honey for sale? And I was like, I don't have honey for sale. But they see all the honeybees. There's obviously hives around here somewhere, but not here. on our property. So, but people have been asking about honey. Where's your honey? We want to buy honey. This would be the best tasting honey with all the sunflowers and the flowers that the bees are pollinating and all that. So I've been diving into beekeeping. I didn't realize how much I would enjoy all the people coming out. I mean, I knew I would, but I didn't know how much I would. And everybody that comes out, they got their own flower stories to tell, or lots of questions. And you know, I hopefully can answer what I can answer. And but especially when they find out you've been through Master Gardeners, and they got even more questions about flowers, or here's what I'm doing at home, what am I doing wrong, or whatever. And then, like she said, so many people, probably 80-90% of the people are new people every day that we're open. And we keep thinking, where's all these new people come from? But then we get a good 10 to 20% that are just back, you know, every week or every couple weeks, and they just keep coming back because they can get a beautiful vase for flowers for not a lot of money, and so they can literally have fresh flowers in their house all the time.